Hello ladies and gentlemen, FrozenStag here, and welcome to a brand new video. This video is focusing on the Age of the 100 Kingdoms, a Hotseat epilogue. Now this is a video just going over the end of the Hotseat, and just going over what happened essentially, and wrapping this off Hotseat nicely. So yeah, this is a mod. The mod for this we used was the Age of Petty Kings submod, which is a submod for Westeros Total War. It's at a time in Westeros history where multiple kings existed and ruled over Westeros long before the Seven Kingdoms was brought under the Targaryen dynasty. Now, originally this Hotseat was going to be a sort of one that was dependent on the amount of players that sign up, and the regions that would be played on would be decided by the people in the voting channel. Like I said, the couple of players would be required to fill like each region, but what happened in the end was that we just went with one faction per region of Westeros. That's what we did, apart from the north. So yeah. We use the main Ice and Fire submod, which adds in Targaryen and the White Walkers. And we use the another submod, which adds in victory conditions. And then we had another one that adds in portraits. So, nice portraits of Egg on the Conqueror, for example, and other stuff, which is pretty neat. So, yeah. A special thanks to the admins, myself, Melissa, and Titus. Melissa for helping out with most of the other admin stuff. Myself for doing the other bits. And Titus for controlling the White Walkers. So thanks to him for killing a lot of people. So, yeah. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before we get started, I want to say a special thank you for hitting 1,500 subscribers. Very big milestone, and we're halfway there, almost to, well, halfway there to 3,000, but not quite. 500 away from 2,000, so if we can hit that, that'd be fantastic. I have a special video that I'm sort of, or more of a series, I suppose, that I'm planning, Westeros Total War related. It's gonna be like an RP thing. Hopefully, it should be pretty fucking good once I've done it. I don't know how I'm gonna word it or call it, but you'll see what happens when the time comes. But yeah, that's something I'm working on. Hopefully, coming soon. Hopefully next Sunday. This video in particular will be up on Sunday. The schedule has also changed as well, as I so often tend to do. Basically, I've ditched the week 1 and week 2 things. It's just silly, and instead we're going to go over a weekly basis. So Mondays you get House of the Dragon, Tuesdays you get Mordor, Wednesdays you get Durrandon Dynasty, Thursday you get the new Westeros Total War, King of Rivers and Hills, House Hoar series. Friday you'll get the Byzantine Empire series for Expanded Americas, and Saturday is an England Crusader Kings 2 themed series, which I'm still sort of working on the idea. I've got a bit of time to sort it out, so I'm sort of thinking of an idea how the hell I'm going to do that. So you'll see what happens. Sunday will be when I will start uploading the new series that I planned. So yeah, I've cancelled a few things that I did have. I did plan to do Skyrim and Minecraft, but I cancelled those ideas. I wasn't too fond of them when I sat down and went through them all and actually planned them all out. I thought, nah, let's not do that. Some of you may be disappointed, but at the same time, I know what's good for the channel. I know what people like. So I've made that decision to get rid of them series and just focus on what's important to the channel and what people are, here for. So yeah. So the thing that might change. So Wednesday, I've already got Durrandon Dynasty that I recorded last week, so that will go up Wednesday instead of Saturday. So Sunday you'll get this, and on Tuesday I'm gonna upload the Hotseat vote. So you won't get a Mordor episode because you already had a Mordor episode last week. I'm going to make a House of Dragon Monday, which would be the Rogue Prince, Daemon Targaryen. And then, Tuesday you'll get the Hotseat vote, and then from there on the schedule should carry on as normal, hopefully. From Thursday onwards, really, while I get the new stuff ready. Hopefully everything should get done as quick as I can, but again, don't hold your breath. You know how I do schedules, you know. On to the factions and who's playing them. So we did have 2 players in the Reach in the end. I think someone just wanted the Reach, both of them, so I just gave both of them the Reach, because the Reach is quite large. So I was like, yeah, you're fine. Just, you can take 2 factions in the Reach. The North wasn't given to anyone, so apart from the White Walkers, which was the admin faction / White Walker faction, which I gave to Titus / which were admin controlled. Essentially, the White Walkers are meant to be used as a faction coming down in the south to cause a bit of trouble, and basically make the kingdoms of Westeros unite to fight against them. Didn't quite happen. Most of the other kingdoms killed each other before the White Walkers finally arrived in the Riverlands, but yeah, we'll get on to that later on. So yeah, House Peak, which is the faction, the Master Kings, who start off down there. The factions will glow up on the map, depending on what you click on, so these are the peaks in the south. Master Kings are the the ones that are like on the border of Dawn. So the Master Kings / House Peak were controlled by Thrakadon of Sunspear. The next house, House Redwayne, another house in the Reach, was controlled by Count. House Dane, controlled by Alert. House Aaron was controlled by Destro. And the Greyjoys were controlled by Epic Total War. Over in the Westlands, House Tarbeck, controlled by Empty Explorer. Some of you will recognise him. House Estamont were controlled by Keldo. The Brackens, for a period of time, were controlled by Sheep Whisperer. However, he eventually left, and they were replaced by Isengard, another player. It does commonly happen in Hotseats where players tend to leave and drop off and return. This Hotseat went on since about October last year, so it's November now, so it's been over a year this Hotseat's been going for. So, over time, that amount of time people are going to come and go. And finally, House Targaryen, controlled by Bert Fighter. So yeah, I'll give you a quick little show of the opening map or what everything looks like before we jump into the whole the scenario thing. Just to give you an idea of what everything will look like in the when the game begins, and then we'll show you what happens afterwards and how everything goes all over the place. So it's happening in Hotseats. Now, eventually, this Hotseat ended in a draw between 3 players. 4, if you count the admin. 3 players, really. Which I think is down to the lack of victory conditions in the Hotseat. Obviously, thanks to Admiral Thrawn. In the first Hotseat I did, actually, Admiral Thrawn actually joined, which is quite an achievement. For those wondering, any of the old Hotseats I did before, I'm not doing videos of. Just expect them for the new stuff coming. I'm not going to be doing them for videos for the Hotseats that were 2 years ago. Because, again, alert. Alert does a bit of writing as well, it's nice. Alert being the player in Dawn. And Stannis Amana, so remember that player. Irish Viking, a few Hotseaters and stuff like that. Bagatakan, I think he still is around now. But yeah, Age of Bitter King, great sub-mod. And there's a little scenario going on with the Battle of the Blackwater. Yeah, more Hotseats. I'm sort of looking towards sort of more RP rules. More victory condition rules, stuff like that makes the game go on well. If it goes on for a long time, the Hotseat is fun. There's stuff going on. There's events, stuff like that going on. RP rules keep the game going. Some of the alliances can't be broken. Your enemies have to be your enemies. You can't ally with it's like Gondor allying with Mordor, or the Targaryens allying with the Baratheons, like in War of the Five Kings or some bollocks. It's really stupid. So yeah, this is the Targaryen starting sort of points. You see Gaiman starts here, and Aenar the Exile. So yes, it's a bit. So obviously Aenar the Exile, and Daemon and all that stuff. Gaiman, sorry. Obviously weren't in Age of Play Kings. This so Massey used to be this faction, or was it Bartemon or Massey? One of the two. And the White Walkers used to be the Wildlings who controlled this bit, which has been changed for this submod. I might have to give the other submod a go in the future, but we'll see. Got Daenerys the Dreamer down here, who's responsible for the reason the Targaryens have left. Baratheon, who's alive, doesn't really exist, but yeah. Rhaenys Targaryen married to Daemon Velaryon, Daenerys Targaryen and Gaiman. Gaiman and Daenerys actually married together in canon, but obviously that can't happen in this game, so that won't happen for this. But that's the Targaryen starting. The White Walkers start up here. Again, a bit of an admin faction, so we just set a few RP rules for how the White Walkers operate, like one White Walker per army, although I think that changed a bit towards the end, but let's see them. Why do they have like the white? Okay, cool. It's fine, whatever. The Brackens start off down here. A nice little contingent in the Riverlands. Quite a few settlements. Over in the Iron Isles, the Greyjoys control Pike and Harlaw Hold, and they're doing pretty good. So they start in a very, very decent position. The Tarbeck start off down here. Control a good section of the Westlands to the south. Redwayne control their little island over here. The island of Redwayne, I think is it Redwayne Island? I think it is, and then the Peaks start off over here as well. The Peaks weren't controlled by the human player very long. Eventually, they got killed off. Not that long after, because the human player left. We'd sort of admin them for a bit, subbed them for a bit, and then they eventually got murked, and it just turned them AI. So it's easier that way. Estamont control Evil Hall and much of the Greenwood in the south. And Dane start off far to the west and buried in the mountains a bit. You'll notice that Starfall is, in fact, Dale from Third Age, which is quite funny. The Targaryen and the Arryns as well. The Arryns start off a little bit scattered a bit, so the Arryns start off some lands here. New Keep's a bit cut off, and Longbow Hall's a bit further east, so it's 9 stars as well. So yeah, the Arryns start off in a little difficult position. The AI sort of cuts them off a bit, but again, it's the AI, so they should be fine. And you got Targaryen Esmond. Yeah, I think that's everyone. I think, yeah. Right. I suppose it's time to see what the hell happened. Without further ado, I shall reveal to you turn 31. Well, that's different. Yeah, I meant to say turn 33, not 31. I don't know why I said 31. Ignore me. Anyway, when did we begin? The White Walkers. Yeah. Yeah, they did well in this Hotseat, you can tell. The entire North's under White Walker control. Yeah, the White Walkers, yeah, started the show. Titus did a very good job in taking over the North with them, apart from the islands, they don't think they can't get ships, so you rip. The Targaryens did quite well. They took over the Crown Lands and invaded much of the Vale, killing the Arryns almost. And the Greyjoys, very well, controlled the Westlands, the Riverlands, parts of the Reach to the south, and of course the Iron Isles entirely. House Esmond controlled all the Stormlands, apart from Dane, they had a little war there. And they also grabbed Torturous Deep as well, the Stepstones. So they controlled much of the Stormlands until Dane showed up. Tarbeck didn't do as well, didn't expand much into the west. The Greyjoys sort of just showed up and took everything. The Greyjoys and the Tarbecks were allied. We'll go for the diplomacy. So Targaryen were allied with Esmond. Greyjoy allied with Tarbeck. Dane allied with nobody. They just like went all ham. The White Walkers just, yeah, they're here to kill everyone. Dane did very well. They controlled all of Dawn, expanded into the Stormlands, and the Reach as well did very well. Some of the factors here are AI, such as Gardner, Stark. The Night's Watch is actually still alive, just about. And the Arryns. And Rebels as well. Yeah, Rebels still alive. But yeah, I don't know. Let's start with the factions, I suppose. I'll make this as quick as I can, because we could go forever. House Targaryen. We'll go over the family tree quick. Game Aenor, who's still alive. Manfred's still alive. Married Daenerys. Gaiman's still alive. Baratheon's down the family tree. In Hotseat, expected to be a lot of adoptions because in the Hotseat you don't have a lot of time to really sit there and wait for your generals to come of age. So adoption is quick and easy to get your generals out as soon as possible. So yeah, the Targaryens started quite a lot of forces moving up into the Vale. They control much of it, pretty much all of it. The Arryns are still alive. Not really many of them left though. That's the Targaryens. Let's move on to. I will turn this off because it's going to be annoying. How's Tarbeck? So Tarbeck, yeah, not many of them left. So yeah, quite a lot of them died. Some deserted. But yeah, the current king left is Selmond, who I don't know if is he even a Tarbeck? I don't think so. I don't know. No, he's a stack spear. So oh dear. Yeah, Lewis, who I think is he a broom or is he a joust? I think again could be adopted. I don't know. But yeah, he's the prince. And Tybalt Broom, I don't know if there's any other left. But yeah, most of the Tarbecks, I think, are all dead by now. Samuel died. Ralph died. A lot of them died in battle. Some died of old age, like, before the game started. Like up here. But then some died in battle and some deserted. So yeah. Wow. Quite a lot of people died. For those interested in actually looking at the save yourselves, obviously, I can't really give you the admin password, but I can. But I'm not gonna do it yet. But yeah, I guess if you want the save, you can have a look at the saves for yourselves. But obviously, you need the admin password again. But I'm not gonna release the admin password because it may contradict a few other Hotseats. So just bear that in mind. I'm not going to do that. Dane did pretty well. Lewin, King of the Dawn. You had the Sword of the Morning still alive. Jordan, a bunch of adopted generals. So it'd be nice to do a Hotseat maybe with like everything like adoptions just turned off, but you can't physically turn the adoptions off. I've seen people like changed it so the hot seat, so basically the adopted generals come with no traits and stuff like that, which I've seen before, which is pretty good. But yeah, sometimes taking away adoptions sort of just fucks with the game, especially in certain hot seats. Like in Westeros, yeah, it's RP related, but still you need like generals and stuff to command your armies and things. Sometimes adopting does really help. But yeah, so as you can see, the Danes did very well. They pushed pretty hard. Again, it was decided as a draw, I think, mainly because of the fact that there wasn't really any proper victory conditions, apart from the fact, like, winning with an ally or without an ally. But I think by the end of it, people just wanted the hot seat to end, and people were happy with a draw being between the Estemonts, Dane, and Greyjoy. Because Tarbeck buggered off, the player disappeared, probably, I think he was unwell, and also just lost motivation. Targaryen, again, that player disappeared, that I think he had university, so it's fair enough. Bracken obviously died. The Arryns got defeated and got turned AI because the player basically gave up. The Peaks are gone. Redwayne got killed. Yeah, quite a lot of people died. So Dane's done pretty well. They control pretty much all Dawn. They push very hard into the Reach, so the Tarbecks are screwed almost. I didn't quite show the Tarbeck land, but yeah, there's like a couple people, I think 2 people in Hammerhall, and then someone up in Red Lake. So not many. So yeah, the Sword of the Mornings over here with quite a nice big army there, ready to push into the Stormlands. He's got a nice big defensive at Blackhaven, although the Danes just walked past it and just gone over this way. So yeah, kind of bypass his defenses there, but there you go. But that's House Dane, pretty powerful. I think if it had gone long enough, I think Dane probably would have won the hot seat, although Greyjoy never quite got involved. So if it had Greyjoy and Dane got involved, I think it may have gone a bit differently. But Dane towards the end was fine, everybody. Estamont, Tarbeck, Greyjoy eventually, but Greyjoy just never got involved with them. They just left the Tarbeck to deal with it, and then Tarbeck got their asses kicked, and Greyjoy was like, fuck, I gotta step in, and then Epic just couldn't really be asked, which I can completely understand. Fine, you know, you'll think your ally's got this, he's holding the ground, and he's lost completely, lost loads of his men, and like, oh for fuck's sake, I've got to do all the work now, and it's just annoying. So, yeah, I completely understand Epic's reason for not wanting to really carry on, especially with Dane just making fucking headway like this. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next player, House Estamont, the Kings of the Stormlands. There's a mission they failed. One's deserted there. One of the actual Arglen, the King of the Narrow Sea, died in battle. Renly took over. His son, and he's got a few other kids as well. Some adoptions and whatnot. There's a few other like lords and some of that. Some Mertons, Tarth, Estamont, Rogers, some more people. So yeah. Yeah, I don't need to go through and show them all, because if we went through and showed all the family trees, we'd be here all day, so I'm not doing that. But yeah, as you can see, the Stormlands done pretty damn well for themselves. Torturous Deep has been captured, which is pretty nice. Obviously, their one issue is Dane at the moment, so they need to deal with that if they have any hope of holding the Stormlands. But obviously, the hot seat is now ended, so it doesn't really matter. But there's still quite a few forces, so they're definitely preparing for an attack from Dane. So I think, I mean, they have a lot of troops, so they could have probably easily repelled. Although Dane has a lot of troops down here, they could have just sent up north. So Estamont, yeah, a lot of these places are quite lightly defended. So if Estamont, so Dane could easily come up north and start taking these like in the dozens. So like, yeah, it was a very like difficult situation for Estamont, but yeah, he still held on with this Fort Walk Blackhaven. I think, yeah, he really bunkered down in Blackhaven, it seems. So yeah. But yeah, he gave it a good go, I definitely think. But I just think Dane had way too much stuff coming after him. Tarbeck getting hit as well didn't help. Though I think Targaryen, had they come south, because Targaryen lost a few naval battles against Dane, so Targaryen probably would have come south from King's Landing and probably would have started helping once the War of the Vale was done. So that probably would have helped things. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see had Dane gone a bit more to see if obviously the players would have died of boredom by that point. But it'd be interesting had Dane gone, see how far Dane would have got until Targaryen, Greyjoy, Tarbeck, Esmond intervened and started holding him back. But yeah, who knows? Alert's a very good player. He's been around Total Center for years. So is Keldo. But Alert's just one of those players that stand out to me. Like, he's won a few hot seats before. He convinced the entire, like, he is a Blackfire Rebellion hot seat, plays Baratheon, he declared himself king and managed to like convince a bunch of Blackfire and Targaryen supporters to betray each other, which is like a bit fucking cheesy, but at the same time it's still very good diplomacy. So yeah, and he's won a few others as well, or close to winning a few others as well. On to the Arryns, who quite, as you can imagine, got their asses hit hard. There's not many Arryns left. I think this guy died. So apart from daughters, the male line of House Arryn is dead. So it's just the Corbrays left now, who are the Kings of the Vale. I should probably rename the faction, really, shouldn't I? How's Corbray? I need to put a spacer. How's Corbray? Because the Arryns are all dead. So the Corbrays are now the Kings of the Vale, although Kings of Grey Glen and the Three Sisters. But yeah, the Arryn player gave up, I think, because Targaryen just overwhelmed him. I think Targaryen, I don't know why that's, okay, cool. Targaryen just pushed up through the bloody pass. He pushed up, like invaded navally as well. Like Arryn just like couldn't hold against him. The Vale's impregnable from land, but from sea, if you hit them from the east, that's a real like fucking vulnerable point. Like they can, like any player in the north can nick the Three Sisters, and if you have a decent enough navy, and if you have a navy in any hot seat, you basically rule the waves and rule the hot seat almost. So you can land at any point in the east, just seize territory very easily. So yeah, think of the Arryns. House Stark, which was called AI, which funny enough, the Starks are still alive. Adaryn Stark is the last one left. Has a few Lannisters, but most of the Starks have died. Funny enough, the Mormonts are actually Kings of the North, which in my headcanon, I'm going to assume it's probably there's Adaryn's still king, but again, the Mormonts are the only ones that actually hold territory. And I think Mormont Keep actually over here was actually lost, yeah. So the Wood Forts actually have the only ones that hold territory. But yeah, that's the Starks. Not a lot left. A couple army there. But yeah, the Starks got annihilated. The Gardeners were AI from the start. It's fine enough. The Gardeners are still alive. Even Bertrand Osgrey is actually alive, which is he's like one of the best generals that the Gardeners have. Mern Tyrell is not Tyrell. Mern Gardner, sorry, is still the Lord there. Still a Gardener, and he got Garth, King of Reach as well. But yeah, the Gardeners have quite a few armies around. Like, if they're controlled by a player, they could easily try and turn things around. But yeah, more try and turn things around anyway. The attempt is what counts. Night's Watch, which amazingly have one general, which is John Umber, I think his name this guy is, or John Umber the Wrathful, I think. But yeah, he's the last of the Night's Watch. I think the Night's Watch AI is just confused. They've lost the war. The White Walkers have gone south, all the way to like the Riverlands, and the Night's Watch is just like, what do we do? Yeah. On to the Rebels. You got them. So some of the Rebels, I don't really know why I need to show the Rebels, but some of them are alive. For those that are wondering. Yeah, some of them live. Some of the generals that from the other factions that survived are still alive. I think there's a P general alive as well somewhere. There is. Meadows. still around. Now an outlaw lord now, but yeah. Still got some Martial Knights for pretty decent years. That's probably why no one's bothered fighting them. But yeah, move on to the last two factions, which is the White Walkers. Rub a little nose, shall we? Gift from the council. Yeah, the White Walkers, they have a massive army. The reason he's got them like this is because their stats are really fucking good. Like, they're really good units. I think he won a battle against Greyjoy and after he crushed his army, which I think is what pissed off Epic and made him like, fuck this, got me ass with this shit. But yeah, I think Greyjoy had troops going north, I think, or he was around there somewhere. I don't know what he was doing. But yeah, Greyjoy got defeated, like, pretty fucking brutally by the White Walkers, so yeah. But yeah, as you can see, the White Walkers hold pretty much all the north. They are extremely powerful and are very OP. Hence why I had them controlled by the admin faction. But yeah, they're meant to be like an endgame like thing, but then the players never like united to fight the White Walkers. They just let them come south, take over north. So yeah, I mean, a lot of players tend to like to focus on diplomacy and like the war in the south, and not too worried about the White Walkers. The White Walkers in George R. R. Martin's books are written as an unstoppable force of nature. They can't be defeated, they can't be bargained with, they can't be beaten, really. So, yeah, I think the White Walkers are a very interesting, like, book dynamic. I never find myself as invested in the White Walker war complex I am in Westeros right now, like with in the books with Tommen and like Cersei, the Faith, Aegon and the Stormlands, Daenerys across the sea with the Dothraki, Martells, Gerald the Dane, Darkstar, the whatever the hell's going on the Reach at the moment, Old Town, the Lannisters, the Euron Greyjoy. Yeah, what the fuck's going on with him at the moment? And the Brothers Without Banners are pretty cool. Like the Stark return of the Starks in the North as well. Like there's so much that I'm so invested about in the books, like character wise. Whereas the White Walkers, I'm not really bothered. The White Walkers are cool. That's definitely very interesting. Like, I'm very curious to see how that all plays out in the books. We saw how it went in the show. Not as good as in the show. I think the books is going to be a lot better. I think the way they're going to be written is going to be a lot better. But yeah, the White Walkers I'm just not as invested in, I think. A lot of people share that sentiment. But yeah, I think the White Walkers are quite interesting the way they've been written into the story. So, it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out in the books, I suppose. So yeah, the Greyjoys have a lot of stuff. I think they lost that guy and that guy, and that's it. Ulor the Kraken King's alive, Dagmar's alive, and a bunch of his kids and relatives and adoptees are also alive as well. So yeah, the Greyjoys have done very well for themselves. I would have probably given the win to Epic had he not already ruled himself out for being the winner. So yeah, he refused that, so he didn't get it. And eventually we all settled on a draw in the end anyway. As yeah, they have an army. They control Highgarden, Old Town, all the Red Wayne territories. They control Castle Rock, Riverrun, Lannisport, almost Harrenhal, but they didn't quite get there. Not the twins, but what would be the twins? And of course Pike and Orkmont, the old fortress of the Grey Islands in the north, and control the Isles. Yeah, I think their army's got dashed to here, I think. Or did they? Or did Tychus actually got made to replay that, I think he replayed it because it was a bit of a harsh move. I think he just decided to not fight Greyjoy like that, I think. So yeah, I don't know what happened there with them, but yeah. But yeah, that's the Greyjoys. They've done very well for themselves in this hot seat. We've got Castamere as well, which is a citadel in this time period. But yeah, and that basically wraps things up there pretty much. I'm working on a new hot seat, or a hot seat vote that will go up in a few days on Tuesday. So you'll get that on Tuesday, and that'll be like a nice little video doing a nice little vote. Probably between other Westeros Total War options. You'll see the options when I put them up. But yeah, I would say do some suggestions, but I'm probably going to record that straight away, so don't. But, yeah. But anyway, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed this little video. I'm trying to shorten my videos a bit. You'll notice that I'm going for my videos a bit quicker, because I don't really want to have like loads of like hour videos every bloody 5 seconds. I've got other shit I need to record in a day. I don't really have time to sit here and record and spend half an hour on a video. That can take at least 10-20 minutes. So, or less than that really. But there you go. But yes, you'll see what happened. The new options that I put up, it will be Westeros Total War themed. I have a bajillion submods. So, like, yeah, I've got loads that I can feature for hot seats. So stay tuned. Some that I probably will avoid. I am probably going to avoid Petty Kings for a while. Just because how many times I've done 2 hot seats on that already. But yeah, I want to do some modding at some point with the making some of the rebel regions part of factions, but I need to like find the time to do that. I just haven't had the time yet. I might look at doing that for potentially either I'll do it for this submod or I'll do it for the old Petty Kings mod. The only real thing that Petty King doesn't have is it doesn't have as many resources and cool custom settlement models. But it doesn't really matter because the custom settlement models like Winterfell aren't on the map. So, yeah, we'll look into it, I suppose. So what I thought about doing is leaving the Night's Watch like the Wildlings and putting them into Night's Watch having the Wildling stuff all together. Like in a cohort alliance against the White Walkers, which makes sense. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, there won't be I won't feature Petty Kings for Hot Seat for a while. I won't feature the War of Usurper because we've done that before in the hot seat. New Beginning, War of the Five Kings. So I won't do that again, and probably avoid the Blackfire Rebellion because we've done that again. For like we've done some hot seats on that already. So I think I'll probably look at doing some hot seats. Focusing on different scenarios that we haven't featured. I did have a nice suggestion to the War of Conquest actually, so that's pretty good. I'm trying to feature some of the older submods first before maybe looking to doing Fire and Blood, also because I know a lot of them work quite well for hot seats, and it's easier to do, and I think they work very nice for hot seats. But yeah, but that's all for now. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed this hot seat epilogue. Stay tuned for the hot seat vote that will go up on Tuesday. And if you are interested in getting involved in more hot seats, there's a link to my Discord server, which we host all sorts of hot seats. I'm hoping going forward in time, we'll have a bit more time and hopefully create a few more hot seats for you guys to all enjoy. But yeah, maybe we'll get back to how we were back in like 2021 when I had bajillions time and 120 or so hot seats on at a time. Like, yeah. But unless the pandemic happens again, I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. But anyway, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and farewell.